Hi everyone, I am Nick Ballou. I am now a second year Iggy student, which is a little scary to think about, and I'm studying need frustration and dysregulated gaming and the motivational dynamics of video game play more broadly. Frustration is, of course, a really common part of video games. One way to look at this is through what's been called the paradox of failure. Even though we tend to avoid failure in our day-to-day lives, we seek out video games despite knowing that they are designed to create an optimal level of failure in many cases, and that these will oftentimes engender feelings of frustration. And this frustration can have one of many different effects. Of like two here is that in some cases one feels a sense of determination, some amount of feedback about your performance that can help you improve and eventually overcome the barriers and the obstacles that you've been presented with in the game. Whereas in other cases it might lead to negative affectual reactions and perhaps disengagements. We don't have a very good grasp on the conditions under which frustration will lead to these different outcomes, and so I'm quite interested in looking at this from the perspective of self-determination theory, which makes strong predictions about what should occur during experiences of need frustration, which is a little bit different from the colloquial definition of frustration. Without getting too much into it, autonomy frustration might occur when something in-game or around the act of gameplay feels like it's controlling you, that you're doing something you don't really want to do, like a tedious escort quest or a rigid raid schedule. Competence frustration might occur when you feel that there's no ability for growth or improvement in your performance, that the factors affecting your success are entirely outside your control. Or relatedness frustration might occur when you feel disconnected from the characters and world in the game, when you feel excluded from other groups because of the behavior of other players, or even perhaps when you feel disconnected from the designers and developers who you think have violated some type of norm in the gaming community. More specifically, I'm interested in seeing whether need frustration is in any way characteristic of dysregulated play, play that might be negatively affecting other aspects of the person's life. Do dysregulated gamers have a sense of amotivation or extrinsic motivation where they continue to play despite having these need frustrating experiences? Or rather, is dysregulated play so intrinsically motivating that everything else seems less motivating by comparison? This implicates a bunch of related topics. We need good measurement tools in order to assess need satisfaction and frustration in and around video games at different levels of analysis. It needs to be done openly and transparently, and we need to grapple with the clinical relevance and outcomes associated with gaming disorder, which now shows up, of course, in the DSM-5 and the World Health Organization's diagnostic manual. Super quick plug for a recent preprint that we had come out, which looks at the relationship between dysregulated gaming and well-being and how this might be affected by the particular scale that you use to assess gaming disorder, as well as the well-being construct under investigation. That's me done. If you have any thoughts, ideas, collaboration opportunities, I'd be delighted to hear from you. And otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Iggy conference.